Okay, so it has been a while. I hope everyone is safe, staying healthy, and having fun in quarantine. Who am I kidding? Nobody's having fun while in quarantine. Or at least I'm not having any fun, really. However, I did come up with a little list of the things you can do while in quarantine. Tip number 1. Organize your negatives. I have 4 separate binders here that I reorganized. The gray binder is black and white 35mm. The blue binder is color 35mm. And the smaller blue binder is color 120 film. And the black binder here is black and white 120 film. As you can see, this is a lot of negatives. So that's one thing you can do. Tip number 2. Another thing you can do is rescan some of those negatives. I've actually been doing that a lot recently, just rescanning photos. Just rescanning photos into larger files, rescanning photos with the sprockets included on the side, all sorts of crazy things. And it's been taking up a lot of my time, which is a good thing nowadays. Tip number 3, get yourself some photography books. It's really just a fantastic way to pass the time, is to just look at a collection of photos. Wow, that's beautiful. These books that I have here actually are all thrifted. I bought each and every one of them for 50 cents. And man, am I entertaining myself with these lately. Now, of course, I'm not telling you to go thrift photo books because I'm pretty sure all thrift shops are closed right about now. But you can always order some off of Amazon and places like that. And again, it's a really great way to pass the time and great way to really just get off of the phone and look at some awesome pictures. So yeah, photo books, highly recommended. Tip numero 4, organize your cameras and gear. As you can see here, I organized all of my SLRs in one little row, and right above it is my TLR collection. And over to this bin right here, we have an assortment of old cameras that I don't really use a lot, except my row of point and shoots here. I do pick and choose which point and shoot I want to use. But for these Polaroids, I don't use them. And this bin of old cameras, they're just really there for show. Tip number 5 is to clean some of your cameras. Now, we live in the age of washing your hands every 30 minutes. If you really think about it, our cameras are probably one of the most filthiest things we own. We all know how filthy phones can be, and I'm sure the same thing goes for our cameras. So do wipe them down, not a lot. Don't just scrub or wash them. Tip number 6. Now this really only goes for my fellow film photographers again, and that is to develop some film. I encourage everyone to really take the time and learn to develop your own film. It's really a great way to pass the time, and of course you're learning something. I've been developing film for almost 3 years already, so it's really no biggie for me. I have been doing some catch up in terms of developing film. I recently took a trip to New York where I shot 28 rolls in 4 days. Which, by the way, there will be videos on that coming soon in the near future. Tip number 7. Take some self-portraits. It's a really great way to practice composition and lighting, and just really good way to pass the time in general. So self-portraits, fun. I've been doing a lot of self-portraits lately. A little bit too much if you ask me, but we don't have to talk about that. My final tip, and I kind of already mentioned this, practice your lighting. Whether it's continuous lighting or flash photography, whether it's on yourself via self-portraits or through still life, I think taking the time to practice your lighting can really come in handy. I mean, you should always be practicing your lighting, but since you're indoors, it's a really great way to practice indoor lighting for photos. So yeah, there's some good little time wasters there. I hope you're all staying healthy and washing your hands and wearing a mask and not going outside, because that's what I've been doing. I've been washing my hands, staying inside, and wearing a mask. Just kidding, I haven't been wearing a mask. I have been going outside, but I am washing my hands. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you for now. Be on the lookout for some of those New York City videos that I shot before this whole thing ever happened. Currently, I think New York is in lockdown. I think like the streets are completely empty. Times Square is a ghost town, which is crazy to think. And yeah, that's all I really had to say. Comment down below on what you guys have been doing lately during this whole quarantine thing. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you don't hate my face, please subscribe, because I do love making these videos and I have a lot of stuff coming in the future. With all that being said, till next time. Forgot to mention to all my fellow digital photographers, you can also take this time to reorganize your JPEGs, your RAW files, clean your SD cards. Whatever it is that you people do, do it.